Minguzzi.
Mattia Ahmet Minguzzi.
Mattia Minguzzi.
Mattia Ahmet Minguzzi.
Ahmet Minguzzi was a 14-year-old boy who was loved by his friends and community and raised with great care by his family. His father was a well-known Italian chef, Andrea Minguzzi, and his mother was cellist Yasemina Kunçelar. When Ahmet was born, his mother left her career behind and devoted her life to raising her son. She did everything she could to ensure he grew into a well-educated, kind, and responsible individual. On January 24th, 2025, the day this horrific tragedy occurred, Ahmet asked his mother for permission to go to the historic market in the Hasan Pasha neighborhood of Kadıköy with a friend. After receiving permission, he left home around 8:30 a.m. to buy skateboard equipment and clothes. These were ordinary, everyday details, the kind that exist in anyone's life. But that morning, 14-year-old Ahmet became the victim of a brutal crime that would shock Turkey. According to eyewitnesses at the market, the incident began when two individuals, both under 18 years old and therefore unnamed, verbally harassed Ahmet and his friend as they were walking through the market looking at skateboard gear. According to reports, one of the 15-year-old boys said to Ahmet, "You're very handsome." Ahmet responded politely, saying, "Sorry, brother." Witnesses state that the 15-year-old replied aggressively, saying, "I'm not your brother," and confronted him. After this brief exchange, Ahmet and his friend walked away and continued through the market. What happened next would place the country in mourning. Security footage and witness statements revealed that after Ahmet and his friend distanced themselves by about 15 to 20 meters, the same 15-year-old boy grabbed a fruit knife from one of the market stalls and ran after Ahmet. He attacked the 14-year-old from behind. Ahmet tried to defend himself, but he collapsed after sustaining multiple stab wounds. While the attacker repeatedly stabbed him, the second 15-year-old kicked Ahmet as he lay on the ground. After committing this horrifying act, the two suspects fled the scene. A doctor who happened to be nearby provided the first emergency response. Paramedics were called, and Ahmet was rushed to the hospital. When he arrived, his heart had stopped. After nearly 4 hours of surgery, doctors were able to restart his heart. However, due to severe internal injuries and brain damage, Ahmet was declared brain dead and later passed away. Police quickly apprehended the two 15-year-old suspects. They were arrested and charged with intentional homicide. In his statement, the main suspect claimed that earlier, while walking through the market, he had been mocked by three unknown individuals who allegedly pointed at his sunglasses and said, "What's that on your head? You're just a kid, you still smell like milk." He said he replied, "Mind your business, I don't want to fight." According to his version, the other group walked away, but continued making gestures at him. He claimed that when they approached again and tensions escalated, he grabbed a knife from a produce stall to scare them, and that the stabbing was not intentional. He later said he did not fully remember what happened. The second suspect admitted he saw his friend attack Ahmet and that he kicked Ahmet while he was on the ground. The attackers claimed they were provoked and alleged that insults were directed toward their families. However, the autopsy report from the Forensic Medicine Institute confirmed that Ahmet sustained 3 stab wounds and a penetrating chest injury. The official cause of death was internal organ damage resulting from sharp force trauma. Security camera footage was presented as evidence. Since both suspects were under 18, prosecutors sought prison sentences ranging from 18 to 24 years for the charge of intentional homicide against a child. The case sparked national outrage and reignited debates about juvenile crime in Turkey. Under Article 31 of the Turkish Penal Code, individuals under 18 are considered minors, and their criminal responsibility is determined by age. For those between 15 and 18, sentences are reduced, even though they are considered capable of understanding the legal consequences of their actions. Statistics from the Turkish Statistical Institute revealed a disturbing trend. The number of minors involved in criminal cases rose from 83,393 in 2010, 178,834 in 2024, more than doubling in 14 years. Crimes involving assault, drug trafficking, and sexual offenses have seen particularly significant increases. But the tragedy did not end with Ahmet's death. After the arrest, relatives of the suspects allegedly threatened Ahmet's family on social media. They posted intimidating messages, tagged family members, and claimed to be affiliated with armed criminal organizations. Shockingly, even Ahmet's grave was reportedly vandalized in an attempt to pressure the family into dropping the case.
Ben dün gitmiştim, tahriş etmiştim ama çok zarar veremedim. Ama kamera çalışmıyor veya çalışıyor, yani Ahmet'in bahçesinden bahsediyorlar. Bu sefer bir şişeye işeyip üzerine dökeceğim. Hiçbir şey, o kadar çok var ki daha size anlatamam. Daha neler neler var. Siz ne yapıyorsunuz?
On October 21st, 2025, the sixth hearing in the case was held at the Anadolu Second Juvenile High Criminal Court in Istanbul. Citizens gathered outside the courthouse chanting, "We want a precedent-setting decision." Ahmet's father, Mattia Minguzzi, and his mother, Yasemin Minguzzi, were present. The family's lawyer, Ersan Barkin, stated, "Everyone here and across the country knows that today's decision is critical to ensuring this never happens to another child. The entire nation expects justice." The defense attorney for the suspects made controversial remarks, saying Ahmet's presence that day was unfortunate. Shortly after, the attorney collapsed in the courtroom, but later continued the defense. The court ultimately sentenced the two main defendants to the maximum penalty of 24 years in prison. No sentence reduction for provocation was applied. However, two additional minors who were accused of aiding the crime were acquitted and released a decision that led to further outrage. Following the verdict, Ahmet's mother suffered a nervous breakdown. The family's lawyer announced they would appeal the acquittals, stating they believed a higher court would overturn the decision. Ahmet's mother said, "I trust only in divine justice." The Istanbul Anatolian Chief Public Prosecutor's Office has since appealed the acquittals of the two additional suspects. The legal process is still ongoing in a higher court. While the convicted perpetrators serve their prison sentences, the Minguzzi family may carry this pain for the rest of their lives. Some losses can never be repaired. Ahmet Minguzzi was only 14 years old.